rallies.
Now, hang on. I gotta. So I've been to one of those rallies. I went to see the shit show, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I heard about that. I wanted to ask you about that too. Yeah.
So look, it was right in the middle of like the Trump fever, and I was like, I gotta go see this shit. This seems so entertaining because we're watching these rallies on YouTube and stuff.
I almost went too in California, just out of curiosity because I wanted to be witness to that. Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend, we drove up to Hickory, North Carolina, spent the night overnight because the doors open at like 8 a.m. and we got in line at 5:30 a.m. or something like that, and there was a line of 100 people in front of us.
5:30 a.m.
Yeah, like it's nighttime. It's nighttime.
Like you're hunting.
We're drinking Starbucks, standing in line, and the entertainment started then, and it didn't stop until noon, because the protesters were showing up, the Trump supporters were there, and like the T-shirt button salesmen were coming around with wagons full of stuff.
Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Did you hear people screaming racial slurs? Did you see people? Nothing? You didn't hear anything?
I swear to God, nothing. The closest thing that could be construed as racism was there was about a 65-year-old white guy in the front row wearing an enormous decorative sombrero, the kind you see mariachis wear, and it just said Trump on it. It had a big Trump sticker stuck to it. That was the closest thing.
I want to say that I'm not asking that because I think all Trump, not even close to all Trump supporters are racist, because I don't believe that that's true. But I do believe that he attracts a certain extreme subset of racists.
Sure.
I think that's definitely fair.
That feel emboldened by his language. And
now they had that reverend up there.
Fault, but
Trump has this black pastor something or another. I don't know. He's this big, heavy-set black guy who's very conservative.
At the conventions, he spoke at the convention was screaming, "All lives matter!"
Yeah. So that guy came out and he like fired the crowd up before Trump came because fog had delayed Trump Force One from landing in time. So we've been sitting there in like an auditorium packed to the gills for like an hour and a half. Like they got some chick from American Idol out there singing songs. She's just like, "You guys like Bob Dylan?" You know, like she's just like winging it. And Pastor whatever comes out and he really starts getting everybody fired up. You know, he's firing brimstone, kind of like black preacher. He's great. He's a good motivational speaker. But then he goes, "Bernie Sanders don't even believe in God. Y'all know that? Bernie Sanders don't even believe in the Lord Jesus Christ."
That's
and Hillary. Oh no, Hillary. Let me hear, no Clinton. And the crowd goes, "No Clintons."
You sound like Michael Scott from The Office impersonating Chris Rock.
Remember
that? A black man.
Well, yeah, no, but in this video, man, you can hear some, like, it's not the fact that these people exist that really bothered me. In the video, you don't see anyone, like, saying anything to him. You had a dude screaming out, like, I don't know if I can say it. Can you bleep it out maybe or something? I don't know.
You can say whatever you want, honestly.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
There was a guy, Trump said something, he starts screaming, and then he says, "Deport them all, get those fucking beaners out of here."
Oh, I did see this.
No one around him said anything.
Shit.
And that's what I don't understand. I could never imagine going to a Bernie rally or a Hillary rally or anywhere on the left and saying something like that without everyone in the area turning in on that person and collectively shaming them. Like,
now,
what are you doing?
I don't know, because like did you see the one with Skill Rex and that Kyle, what are the two guys' names? They became a meme. There was like AIDS Skill Rex and Carl the Cuck, right?
Skrillex.
Did you Skrillex, my bad, I'm not hip.
Yeah, he's long, black, skinny.
Yeah. Do you know this video that I'm talking about, Hutch? Oh, so all right. So there's a Trump supporter, and the Trump supporter is like the perfect Trump supporter. I think he's dressed in like a lumberjack flannel. He's handsome. He has a beard, and he just looks like a man's man. And he's reasonable, kind of calm, and he's asking like, "Hey, you know, what is Bernie's plan for dealing with ISIS, for example?" And they screech back at him, "You're fucking a white male," right?
Yeah. I'm with you on that one. Okay, yeah. There are a lot of people in Bernie's camp that act reprehensibly, and I was embarrassed to I think I'm a pretty proud liberal in a lot of ways. I would say I'm conservative in some respects, but I'm pretty proud. And What were we just talking about?
The cuck guy, the reprehensible behavior on both sides.
So yeah. So like when you see that sort of behavior, it's like, like what can you do? You know, like that many people, when there's like 50 to 100 people, some of them are paid.
There's outliers.
Some of them are paid to be there. They're not even there like protesting out of their, like someone paid them to be there.
I'm glad you said that.
Like it's really hard to police that sort of thing. But if it's one guy in a crowd screaming fucking beaners and shit, like I was really just, and it wasn't the only thing, man. You had people wearing shirts saying like "fuck Islam" and all this other stuff.
Did you say anything to him?
Yeah.
Did I or would I?
Yeah.
He saw it on video.
Did you approach the guy and say that's not cool?
No, I wasn't there.
This is a video he saw on the internet.
Oh, this isn't. I thought you were talking about a rally you were at.
So I saw that video too, and my first thought was, obviously there's outliers in every subset. There are the guys who are to the far right of the far right. I'm somewhere in the middle, I think. I classify myself as a libertarian. I don't vote libertarian because I'm a realist at the same time.
Yeah, you sound like a libertarian too.
Yeah, thank you. And so
I dig. Yeah,
I took it as one. And so the way I see it is just that there's these guys on the outside. There's the racist shitbag who's going to scream racist slurs, and there's the guy who's going to scream, you don't even have an opinion, you're a white male. So those guys are there. But you also mentioned the paid protesters, and I definitely have seen the evidence of, because it's photographic evidence, that you would have the same guys who are like anti-Trump protesters that'll be at an anti-Trump thing will then go to a Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton rally, but then like put on their like disguise like they're a Trump supporter and do something really bad. You know, do something obnoxious, scream a racial slur, just to sort of smear his campaign.
Sure.
So I figure when I see that video, I figure it's a coin flip as to whether
those videos as a whole, like,
man, you think it's 50-50?
Dude, I think
I don't know either.
There's
That's
nothing
why I'm
like
saying it.
I think it's actually, those videos are the best way to make yourself feel like you're 100% right, are the ones where it's like, check out all these interviews from people at Bernie rallies, or check out all these interviews from people at Trump rallies, because they're going through, and if they see a guy and they go, hey, why are you a big fan of Bernie Sanders? And they're like, well, I think this specific part of his plan in regard to X, Y, and Z is really, based in historical fact, and we have a good chance of that being, they're not going to use that. They're going to use, why do you like him? I don't know, free stuff and weed, man. And then if they go to Trump and they go, why do you like him? And he goes, well, it's anti-establishment. I'm really tired of this borderline monarchy we have going on with the Clintons and the Bushes. They're not going to use that. They're going to wait for the guy who's shitty, because they all have an agenda.
When I was
worry
at
about the
Trump
editing
rally,
too.
When I was at the Trump rally standing in line, I would describe the crowd as like a Sunday afternoon church crowd, like by their dress and demeanor, like being like I don't go to church anymore, but as a kid I went, and everybody's wearing polos, like button-ups, or like khakis, and it seems like they all just got off from church or something, and they're well dressed. I saw a guy wearing suits and ties, and then there's casual dress too. There's t-shirts and jeans and stuff like that. But there was this one guy who was right behind us. He's maybe at 200 pounds overweight. He's wearing bib overalls with a dirty shirt underneath. He's got some sort of a skin disease, so that it's very peely and flaky and very bright red in places. His ears are peeling and hair's coming out of him. He's a very gross guy, and he's so out of shape that, we're standing in line all morning, like 3.5, 4 hours, and he had to sit down literally in the gutter, and he was just like, just remember, I'm behind you. And I was like, cool, man. Yeah, cool, and he is the one they pulled out of that crowd to interview. The camera crews, she's walking around with her microphone. She's just like, respectable. That guy probably even went to a college. Oh, you sir in the gutter. Come over here. We want to be on live television. And I looked at my girlfriend like, I certainly don't want to be on live television, but I've got a paragraph in my head right now in case they happen to bring the camera over to me, so I don't look like a boob. Because by standing here, I'm making some sort of a statement in general, I suppose, if you were to see me on camera. So I might as well say something intelligent while I'm here. I'm not going to look like a dumbass. But he got up and he was just like, well, I want to say hey to Karen first. Hey, baby girl. Trump 2016. All right. It was like it was WrestleMania or something. And I want everybody to know that The Undertaker and Trump is going into WrestleMania, and they are coming out victorious. Trump Undertaker 2016. That's what I want to see. Hell yeah. And you're just like, oh, God, why did they pick that guy? So,
yeah, it's the same way like respectable Bernie supporters at rallies probably felt when they were looking around and they saw, dreadlock McPothead over there with this big hat with a pot leaf on it, and he just reeks, and he's got a way too big a t-shirt on, and they interview him instead. They all go into it with a little plan to smear him. Like those, I've never watched a video that was on my... Anytime I watch one of those compilations of interviews that's from my side of the fence, so further to the right, I'm always like, ha ha, fools! I have it all figured out. You know, like that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to confirm that you're already correct.
My reaction to a lot of the articles and social media posts and news media outlet stories, my reaction to that has given me a lot of insight into my personality this election season, because it's so easy to fall into those traps. You know, those YouTube montage videos of all your hated candidates' worst moments. It's so easy just to sit there and bask in
I've done it
in the self-righteous indignation. I've spent hours doing that.
I take it lightly. That's like, the West way.
I do that now. I do that.
It's like
now.
masturbation.
Now it's like, I give myself like 5 or 10 minutes, and then I will set a cutoff point where I'm like, I'm done. Otherwise, I'm just going to sit there watching the same thing.
Let me ask you this: did you, because so maybe because of your standpoints and you know, your basic knowledge of anything, watching Trump at this point could be painful for you. You could even be like, oh, what is this bullshit? I can't believe this. But did you find him entertaining when he was doing all those hijinks to conservatives, when he was making Jeb Bush look bad, when he was making Chris Christie look bad?